Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, so the month starts on the 5th. So we've already got fire on a horse for the year. Then we've got the wood on a horse for the month. And the day that it changes on the 5th is a metal dog. So the horses with the dog is like a healing starts to take place. So a healing starts to take place. It's like you have this frequency, you have this source, all of it's coming. I know people are waiting for a savior, so-called savior. That's not how it is. The frequency is going to go to another level, which means your frequency should change also to another level, which means humans by nature should all change. Okay. And so that should just change as the day comes in on Friday the 5th at 9:58 a.m. So 9:58 a.m. it all starts to change. Now, on the day and the hour that this all changes, there's plenty of fire. There's excessive fire on the day. And the fire, though, is very competitive because when we have something like two horses like that, they can actually be very, very competitive. So when it happens on a certain day, in 6 days, it actually is, I will tell you, it is the 11th. So the 11th will be the one to watch after the month changes on the 5th. Got it? Good. There is actually no water on the actual change of the month. And then in the hidden elements, there aren't any water either. However, the water does come in the days. So we'll have water on the Saturday, the Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Monday, so on, so on. All right. So the feng shui side of it. Okay. The northwest. So the northwest is difficulty, obstacles. It is destruction. So destruction today is not because we don't all have an army to destroy. It's bankruptcy basically. So it's a loss of some sort. And so in the northwest of the world, your home, the state, the countries, all of that in the northwest, you need to put your 6 bells, your 6 pipe chime, or 6 coins in salt water. So you've got 3 options. Okay. Then the other is in the south. So in the south, there is an influence, and this influence is ill health. It is also mental health, and it is infertility. When I say infertility in this case, infertility means whatever you are starting, it's not going to happen. And remember, this south is already has for the year, it has difficulty, obstacles, destruction, bankruptcy. It also has the Grand Duke. So it's one of those months you really must watch your south direction and make sure it is remedied. So what are we going to put for the month? If you've already got the 6 coins in salt water for the year, you do not have to put another set of 6 coins in salt water. That's what it needs for the month. All right, cool. All right, so we have got wood. So the wood here is kind of like from wood we get the fire because the fire is burning. You got to look at it in the old days, when they rubbed 2 sticks together, we made fire. That's how it's spoken in poetry. So it might not make sense to you now, but so be it. The sense here for this wood, let me do this another way. There is a sense for the wood, and that sense is smell. Okay. Yeah, everyone's going to pong. But with the wood actually has what we call ethics, morals, self-confidence. All wood has self-confidence. Wood does things on a grand scale. They convince others, excuse me again, to join their gatherings. Gatherings, that's what the year's about too. Now the month is about that. How unreal. You're advocating growth and renewal, basically. With wood as well, you can bite off more than you can chew. And this is what you are breathing. The smell you're smelling is the wood and the fire. I'll get to the fire. So all of that, then what happens with all of that is it comes to a breaking point where you kind of won't finish what you start if you spread yourself too thin. All right, good. It's kind of like it'll turn sour because wood is the sour element as well. And then you just go skipping from one to another, like on a tree branch, you know. Good. All right, fire. So from the fire, we actually get earth. So we get earth because it's the fire burns and makes ash. It goes back to earth again, right? So it's about grounding, nourishing life. It's a sense that is a sense of touch. That's the warmth is touch. And so what happens here is you're again breathing this, smelling this. There's a beneficial light that is actually happening here because we now have a horse of the year and a horse of the month. It's kind of like you have a stove and you have a fireplace and you have a lamp and you have what else? What else? Fire is like you're serving people, not as in slaves, but you're serving people. Every time someone comes, you make them a cuppa, like that. It's above average type of thing. It's an above average thinking with fire. Fire has a black box. They know everything. They actually know everything. So sure of yourself, leadership quality, you're breathing all of that because that's what the horse is. Very, very sociable at the same time. And there's positive, the positive as in the doer, fire are the doers. And so because it's a horse year and a horse month, it's do, 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 do. Not forced, excessive emotions, that's a fire. Oh, impatient, because that's fire. It's also wood as well. So there's a lot of that, excuse me. So the drive here, because travel star year, both elements. Month is travel star, both elements. So what we're going to end up with here is there's this brilliance and the brilliance is coming from all the warmth, all this fire. There's wood for this fire, and there's fire with the fire. There will be a lot of people that are outspoken, and that brilliance is going to shine. There's going to be more people shining this month than the whole year together. So if you can shine from something, you need to get up your ass and do it. All right. So everyone benefits here. And you can't say, oh, I can't do it. I'm not going to shine. You are breathing this. You have no choice. Okay. I organized with a friend 2 different days where people came and received light, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. All right. There's more. So anyway, there's the fire is also destructive energy. So that destructive energy, when that happens, you are the one that fails. The fire doesn't fail you. The fire is here for you. You fail. Okay. Now, so that's the wood, that's the fire. Then we have the two together as a wood horse. The wood horse is the most reasonable of all the horses. So there's a metal horse, earth horse, um, water horse, blah, blah. The wood horse is what the month is. I think I've said them all. That's the most reasonable of all because the wood here is grounding. It's also disciplining that fire, right? So it means your mind is also disciplined. It's grounded. You're going to feel it. Don't tell me you're not. There is better thinking, more social, more active. Ego, nothing wrong with ego. Just get rid of the E and it's go. Progressive, it's not sentimental here because the horse doesn't like to be tied down. The horse is a romance flower of the month and of the year, and both horses, sorry. So you're removing the old here, and remember the saying, one person's trash is another person's treasure. You welcome the new in, whatever the new is. It's very unconventional. So how you're thinking and what you're doing is very unconventional. It's also high spirited because this horse it's not lazy, okay? It's not a lazy horse, but it does need to be cautious, which means you need to be cautious as well. The wood is the gallbladder and the head. The gallbladder is where you make decisions. It's personal power at the same time and courage. That's your decision. There's growth. You take the risk while you're working, and it also works with the liver anyway. So you make uh, you make life force energy happen. All right. And the head is also the wood element. So there's two. The head is where all your wisdom is. Your head is your authority. It's your spirituality. It's your energy. It's your leadership because it's up the top here. It's the top. So authority things. Fire is the eyes and the spirit. So when we say eye, it's our spiritual significance because we still have a third eye that got activated as 2026, and now it's stronger. There's an intuition happening, there's a connection happening. So not just the eyes you see through, your third eye as well. It's very, very important. It's about spiritual beliefs. The spirit here is the innermost, that essence, that life force energy. It's what drives the universe. That's what this is all about. And it's connecting you to the divine. So it's up to you how far you go this month with this. So this month, the horse has harmony or is compatible with the tiger, the dog, and the goat. So all of these are action elements, action animals. They are here to save humanity, all of those. They promote universal understanding. Even though the goat is a bit of a dreamer, he's in harmony this year. He's in harmony this month. So there's communications with other human beings. You will have this that are honest, open, motivated, honorable, inspire others, and you're inspiring others into action, not just sitting around. That's great. And you're ready for battle, as in you're ready for those that are less fortunate, and that's who you're battling for. All right. The horse, by the way, is the adventurer. The horse is, his motto is I act. Okay. So we have a cycle of conflict as well as a cycle of harmony. And that cycle of conflict is opposite. So, for instance, the horse resides in the south. So, opposite the south is north, and that's where the rat is. So, it's like the horse is independent and carefree as a travel star and as a romance flower, whereas the rat on the other side possesses it's like what's that word? Is clingy and it's possessive as a romance flower, and it's more reliable than the horse because the horse can't be tamed, can't be held. All right, because the horse has that intuition. It has that, what's the word to put it? It doesn't have a union kind of thing. All right. Yeah. So they don't work together. And so if you have a rat, it's going to go, right? So the fire will actually drain your rat, your water rat. The ox, also, if you have an ox, the ox is like a third party, all right? So it means if you have an ox, you already know that for the year from the workshops, but for the month, if you have an ox anyway, then there's a third party. So you need to be careful what decisions you make with a third party, no matter how good it is. Yeah. Excuse me. All right. The negative days are the 7th, the 8th, the 13th, the 19th, the 20th, the 25th, the 1st, the 1st of July, the 2nd, and the 7th of July. July doesn't change till the 7th. Yeah. All right. Now, the hours, the horse hour is already 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the shit hits the fan. More so now because we have the horse for the year, the horse for the hour every day, the 2 hours. Then we have it for the month. Do you understand? That's right. Good. So 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., if you are out, you need to get home because that's when the south and the north, that's right, winter is coming. All right, so there's a huge movement this month once the 5th comes along, even though there was lots of movement and change in May. But the 5th is, there is like 4 movement elements, and the day it happens is also a movement element. So it's a lot. It's a lot of movements. Okay. The hour is also movement. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 8 ticks in a chart, we have 5 that are movement and changes, right? Changes is your fire is changing. And then we have 2 horses and a dog, which actually have uh, inside the dog, there is also changes hidden, and the horses will just gallop. That's movement. All right. So it's nearly all of them, bar one. What does it mean for each element? So with the wood element, it means that the fire for you is, you can sell ice to the Eskimo, but you kind of know that already, excuse me, for the year. The thing this month is it's very social and you have competitors this month. So be careful. Fire, you already know it's very social because it's fire year, but now it is social this month, and it's your ideas, your health, your resources. It ups that level. So you're taking better care. Earth, fire feeds the earth, makes ash. So that earth, the grounding, the paths are changing because you're going into paths that are not weak, they're very solid because of the wood. The wood holds the earth together with its roots. And so the paths are not like this. They are very solid because these oak trees have held them and solid. So the authority, which is what the wood is for you, your power, excuse me, your power, your status, your authority, your position, all of that, the pressure that is on you, it's very grounding. Okay, because that wood is feeding the fire. It's not going straight, like the wood is not attacking you as an earth element or controlling you. It's feeding the fire, and that fire feeds you. That's the best way to have it. Okay, the metal is, the fire is molding you into something more useful. The wood on top, so when I say something more useful, it's like there's a position, there's a status that you are looking at, there's this power. Yes, it is pressure, but the pressure comes with the wood. The wood is your money. So the wood here is feeding the position. You may be changing, you're getting a pay rise, you're asking for the doors to open for the pay rise, for the position, and it happens. If it doesn't happen, you need to be in a good room. That's all I'm saying. Water, the fire on fire for the year, the wood with the fire underneath, that's the fire for you is a lot of money. But the wood this month is you action this to do this, to get that promotion, to get the job, to get the money, all of that you are actioning. And that's what the wood is for you. It's like you action and it equals ching, 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 ching. The year's already ching, 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 ching for you. Okay. Again, if that is not happening, shit, your house is not balanced. That's it. There you go. All right. Done. Done and dusted. All right. That's the month. And don't forget that the month is, how do I put it? Because the month and the year, so you've got both of these happening. The month and the year are both horses. So both horses are about spirit. And the thing is, what would you be asking yourself about this is, what's that? I'm trying to think of it. It was something Buddha said. No, it's not going to tell me. All right, we're not going to worry about what Buddha said. All right, so don't forget, this is very, very much about movement. It's about the fire that you gather around. So your culture is coming out. Your culture becomes very, very important. Your intuition becomes very, very important. What you think has been downloaded. It's spirited. You can't get more than that. It's amazing. All right. Have a great month.